What's going on, guys? My name is Hydros and welcome back to some more MHA Ultra Impact, and today we have some more information regarding the Dabi, Shigaraki, and as well as the memories, and also we have some news to cover about the upcoming event and banner. So make sure you guys are ready because the banner does come out tonight. Yes, you did hear me correctly. It does come out tonight. So before we go ahead and get into all of that, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button, make sure it says subscribe to the channel, click that bell, turn on all notifications to miss out on any future videos, drop a like and comment down below if you guys are going to be summoning on the brand new Dabi banner coming out tonight. So yes, it does come out tonight. The banner releases at 1 a.m. EST, so convert that to whatever time zone that you need to, but 1 a.m. EST, 1500 JST is when it's going to be coming out. So, you know, I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be summoning live on the channel, our very first live summon, so make sure you guys come out and have fun with us tonight when we do summon on the banner. As well as we have some more information to cover about Dabi because we found out the percentages as well as his overall unit stats. So that is actually pretty exciting. So let's go ahead and just take on over to the MHA Ultra Impact database website. Link to that will be down in the description down below if you want to check it out. But here we go, Dabi. So yes, we do know his percentages now. His plus ultra is a maximum. Just be aware of this. This is all shown at maximum percentages, by the way. So just keep that in mind. So this is going to be 700% to his plus ultra skill. So he has that high chance of burning for 3 turns, and then also the high chance of burning himself. So 700% on that Sapphire Calamity plus ultra is going to be it's going to be pretty sick. Not going to lie. Deals 225% damage to all opponents on his first action skill and a high chance of causing opponents to burn in Hellfire, and then medium chance of causing all opponents to burn for 3 turns, and then also a high chance of burning himself for 3 turns with a cooldown of 4 turns. Now, what Hellfire does, if people were still confused about that, basically if the character is burned while Hellfire is, you know, proccing in battle, that means that Hellfire can activate to where any remaining turns of the burn then get dealt on the very last turn all at once. So that's gonna be a lot of damage. It's, I believe, 5% of the maximum HP per turn. So that's gonna be 15% of your max HP in the Hellfire. So that's gonna be insane amount of damage. And also Hellfire can crit, so that 15% can crit. That is going to be an insane amount of damage. I'm excited to see how well Dabi performs with Hellfire and as well as the burn, right? So that's going to be interesting to see. His second auto action skill is going to be Blue Judgment, deals 250% damage. Also, just to note, both of his action skills are AoEs. So that's pretty insane. He's going to be AoEing off the charts with his action skills. So 250% damage on his second one, decreasing the power of all opponents by 15% for 3 turns, medium chance of burning all opponents, and the high chance of burning himself for 3 turns, and also a cooldown of 5. So yeah, he is going to be decreasing power. That can be useful, like I said, in stuff like USJ. We'll definitely take him out and see how he does fare in the USJ fight. We'll see how he fares in VE Tower as well. We are getting a brand new Ochako VE Tower stage, so I'm pretty sure he probably will do very well in that, or he's probably at least somewhat, hopefully decent in that. We'll have to see. We'll take it on once it does release. But I'm interested to see how well he does against that or any other of the VE Tower stages, as well as the USJ. But that decrease in power can help you a bit as well. So as well as the burning. So that burn over time is actually pretty nice, especially if the Hellfire does go out, right? So here we have his first auto skill, which is Arrogant Eyes. Increases character's critical rate by 20% when burning. So he's getting that 20% critical rate when he's burning himself. So he literally can burn himself on any of his abilities. So pretty much just get any of these off, you're probably going to end up burning yourself and getting that extra critical rate. Then increases characters plus ultra gauge by 20% when the battle starts. That's nice. I mean, that's cool to get that plus ultra off right away, because that is an insane, you know, 700%, especially when you get that critical rate, right? So get off that plus ultra gauge as quickly as possible. But after the first turn, after literally once you get this the first time, this is like done and over with. There's no point. This is literally one and done. So yeah. But his second one is increasing character's skill impact damage by 40% when burning. So not only when is he burning, he's increasing his critical rate, he's increasing his skill impact when burning as well by 40%. And he reduces burning damage to himself by 70%. So he's taking away a lot of that burn damage. So he doesn't obviously, you know, die within a few turns, because that would be insane if he didn't have that damage reduction to the burn, right? So 70% is pretty good. I would not say that's bad at all. And then the skill impact increase, get this off right here. Literally just get one of his action skills off. You're getting that extra skill impact. So once you have that skill impact increase, your action skills are going to do some new damage, as well as the plus ultra get that little buff as well. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Dabi, I mean, knowing these percentages, his HP 25,204, power at 6,481, 414 speed, 10 critical rate. At maximum advancement, he's at 30,000 HP, 7481 and 514. So that is some pretty good stats. Like, he's not, I mean, that's not bad like any means, right? So again, in theory with his kit is seemingly really good. It's just in practice when it needs to be tested. So definitely going to be testing him out. Hopefully we get lucky in our summons though. We'll try to test him as soon as we get him, you know, in the game, right? But so I mean, again, he sounds really good on paper, right? I mean, decreasing power is cool. I mean, that's only useful in some areas. That could be useful in PvP a little bit, maybe. I do want to try and see what Hellfire and Burn is like in PvP and see how well that fares, but not really too sure. He is a purple typing, so again, with the Shigaraki, with All for One on your team, this guy is gonna probably be pretty good on that villain team with those two. So I would say that he's looking pretty solid so far, especially after knowing his percentages now, which was, you know, we didn't know it before, now we do know. So let's take a look at the Shigaraki. He's an ABL SR type. His plus ultra deals 500% damage, which is fine. That's okay. It's not terrible for an SR. To a single opponent, and then a medium chance of causing fear for 2 turns, higher chance of causing fear if he's facing an STR type. He's dealing 250% damage to a single opponent, low chance of causing fear in the opponent for 2 turns, and then higher chance if fear is on an STR type, and then a cooldown of 5 turns for that first action skill. His second action skill decreases the opponent's defense by 25% for 3 turns, also decreases opponent's critical rate by 30% for 3 turns as well, with a cooldown of 5 turns on that as well. So just looking at this, obviously I'm saying by what I said in my last video, decreasing defense and that critical rate, as well as going against STR types. It sounds like he's going to be at least fairly decent going into like the USJ fight. Maybe some VE tower, really just depends on which stage of the VE tower we take on, right? And if there are STR types, this guy is mainly wanting to go against these STR types. That's literally where he's gonna shine the best, and pretty much where he's gonna want to be used most of all, right? So ultimately, without the STR type, that medium chance on his plus ultra is cool. The low chance on the first action skill here is not so great without the higher chance of an STR type with the fear. So if it doesn't have this here, just the low chance of the fear for 2 turns is not the most fantastic. So again, he's gonna obviously be benefiting against STR types like the USJ fights, maybe some of the VE tower STR types as well. So we'll just have to see. We'll test him out in any of those and see how well he does. And then his first auto skill increases critical rate of all ally League of Villains by characters by 20%. So he's giving that critical rate to all your characters, which again, good for VE tower, getting those extra points off. So again, if you have like an STR boss, you can put him on the team and get that auto skill off with those ally League of Villains, just hitting off those criticals, right, and getting those extra points to your score, which is going to be really good. And then his second auto skill, once per battle, increases characters plus ultra gauge by 50% when HP is below 50%. So I mean, below 50% procs are not the greatest thing. I never really like using those because, again, if you have a good healer on your team, especially, like, villains actually needs a good healer. Like, I don't think they have a healer at all. So we do need a healer overall for villains, but just, I mean, if you're not going to hit 50% or below, you'll never see that second auto skill ever proc whatsoever. So you may see it once in a blue moon, especially if you're not, you know, if you don't have a super built team or anything like that. So where you're taking a bit of damage, you'll see that probably once in a while. But again, it only procs when you fall below 50%. So, and it's only once per battle. If this does happen to proc and you do get that below 50% and you get this plus ultra gauge once per battle, boom, that's done. This is irrelevant, doesn't exist anymore. So this skill is, I'm just thinking of it, it's kind of useless. It's kind of like a blank. It's not there. That's how I see it. Just an empty skill. But this critical rate thing is pretty good. Again, for VE tower, this can be good for USJ and VE tower, getting that defense drop. because that defense drop can help you get off that extra bit of damage to quickly get through those fights. And again, decreasing the critical rate so you take less damage, pretty cool. But again, he does want to face STR type, so he sounds limited a bit. But again, it's different on paper than when you actually try him out in a stage. So we're going to try those out. His maximum HP is 22,499, literally one off from the 500, man. Come on. 5,409 power, 319 speed, and 10 critical rate without ADV enhancement. With the ADV enhancement, he's 27,499, 6,409, 419, and 10. So that's his advancement. So again, all of this stuff for these two characters are on the MHA Ultra Impact database website if you want to check it out. Here's the toga memory. This toga memory is looking pretty solid, but we'll see. Increases character skill impact by 50% when equipped to a villain type, or a villain character. And also once per battle, regenerate HP for 40% when below 30% HP, so for one turn. Again, you gotta fall below 30%, and only this is once per battle. After one time, boom, this is gone, so you only are left with this, but that skill impact of 50% when equipped to a villain, you're most likely running this. You could throw this on Toga, you could throw it on Dabi, you could throw it on pretty much any of the villains and get that extra skill impact damage. So that's going to be really useful if you need that extra oomph of power. So we have the SR Boys Love Sweets. This is also one of the summonable. So this is the summonable UR. This is the summonable SR. When equipped by a male character, increases character skill impact by 30% and increases plus ultra gauge by 30% when the battle starts. So that's cool. I don't think those are the way it reads is very odd, because it's when equipped by a male character. Cool. There's a lot of male characters, not too shabby. Plenty of people to run this on. Increases character skill impact by 35% and increases characters plus ultra gauge by 30% when the battle starts. So it's the way it sounds is that this whole thing, not just the skill impact or not just the plus ultra gauge, but this entire thing is when the battle starts, and then after the fact this is done. I'm not entirely sure. Again, we'll have to see about it when it does. If we happen to maybe get this memory, again, it's an SR, you probably have a chance of pulling it. But again, this I think this and this are both when the battle starts, the way it's worded. So it's pretty unfortunate if it is that way, because after that, it's kind of like nothing. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the free-to-play memory. This is probably the one that I think most people are going to like, because this is going to increase characters' speed by 20% if there are any League of Villain characters on the team. So you could throw this on Dabi, you could throw this on Overall, you could throw this on Shigaraki, you could throw it on any of the characters. As long as there's a League of Villain character on the team, you're getting that extra buff of speed. So that's going to be good for PvP specifically as well. You want to get off that extra bit of speed as much as possible. And then also increases the character's plus ultra move skill impact or skill damage of the plus ultra skill by 50% from the 4th turn onwards. So it is a bit, you have to wait till the 4th turn, but if you last that long, you're getting an extra 50% buff to your plus ultra move from the 4th turn onward. So you get that 50% 4th turn and up. That's like all of it. After the 4th turn, you're good. You get that 50%. So again, if you have a team that's, getting plus ultras off pretty quickly, this is going to be nice for that extra bit of damage. And then you also get that extra bit of speed. This is a solid PvP, not solid PvP, but a solid free to play memory. I do think it's pretty solid, I would say. Again, the 4th turn onwards, it is what it is, but hey, I mean, it's still pretty good to get the extra bit of skill damage. The speed is what is, what I'm looking at the most, the speed increase, because that's what I think is the most useful part of this memory, right? So interesting enough, but that is all of the information here. Again, we found out the percentages, which is awesome. We found out their stats and stuff like that as well. So if you want to check out the MHA Ultra Impact database website, link to it be down in the description down below. But let's head on over back to the game really quickly and check out some of the notices that we have in the game. The notices, yes, the notices. Because here it is, which one's real? Chaos at the physical, upcoming event and recruit right here. Let's take a gander at what this is saying. So thank you for playing My Hero Ultra Impact. Here are some details starting at 3:14:22 or 1500 JST. So that's going to be tonight, 1 a.m. EST, like I said. This event is comprised of a 2-part original story titled Which One's Real? Chaos at the Physical, which will begin from 3:14:22 1500 JST. The original story is set before the attack on the MHUI training camp and depicts the League of Villains members going through a physical exam to help Twice use his quirk. This is an exchange item event, an item exchange event. There will be special memories available on top of items to level up your characters. So there's going to be time to farm that. And then also one day shortly before the attack on MHUI training camp, we find the League of Villains members gathered around Shigaraki. Their goal is to hash out the details of their attack and have physical exams. The group wanted to take measurements so Twice could utilize his quirk, but things like this never go exactly as planned. Wrapped up in chaos and confusion, will their exams never end? So that's pretty cool. A little summary there of the event. It's going to be going from the 14th to the 25th. So that's going to be a pretty, it's about a little, what is that? 11 days? 11 days to do the event, just a little under 2 weeks. So yeah, we're going to have this Delude, Deceive, and Befuddle event memory. So that's what you're going to be farming, as I mentioned. And it is an SR. We went over what it does and stuff like that, right? So again, just seeing this confirms that we have the right stuff from the data mines, just to let you know that, right? So it does give an increased drop rate of the event item, the medallion. So you can use that in the shop. And then also, which one's real? Hot Picks Recruit will be held alongside the event, featuring characters and memories that will help you during the event. The League of Villains wielder of the Blue Flames, Dabi, makes his debut as a UR character. And look out for the League of Villain leader, Tomura Shigaraki, who also shows up as an ABL type SR character. What's more, enjoy a UR memory with an original scene illustration. So this is an original. Okay, I was wondering where that was from in the anime and stuff, but this is an original illustration of Toga and Twice from the story event. So that's gonna be nice. That's awesome. I like this. I like to see that. It's like OG art for the game. That's actually pretty insane. I like that. So we got the Hot Picks Recruit going from 314 to 328. So about 2 weeks for that as well. 14 days. And then Hot Picks Recruit, which one's real? There's the Dabi. We know what he does. Increases drop rate as well. And then there's the Tomura Shigaraki ABL SR. Increases item drop as well. There's the new Double the Toga, increases character impact skill. Again, yeah, pretty much, you know, I mean, I know everyone's looking at that art like, okay. But again, that's an original art. That's actually really cool. The boys love sweets. Yeah, we kind of already went over that. And then also, yep, that's pretty much it. That's all of the stuff. So tonight at 1 a.m. EST, the new event and the banner are going to be dropping. So if you guys are ready and have your gems, let me know your thoughts and comments down in the comments down below of the new memories, the new units, all that sort of stuff. Are you guys going to be farming the crap out of that event? Because I think you should be farming it, just to let you know. You should farm that event because it's got a lot of free stuff and it got a free memory and stuff. So you better be farming it. I don't know why you wouldn't be. So just to give you guys a quick wrap up of my thoughts of the units, the Dabi and Shigaraki, as well as the memories that are on the banner. Are they worth summoning for? I would say just off the kit alone, just looking at Dabi, looking at what he can do, I would say he's worth a couple multis. I would say he's very much worth, in my opinion, the Dabi banner has more value to the unit himself, more so than this Todoroki banner did. So if we go to the recruit real quick, the red Todoroki banner, that one was definitely not worth it in my opinion. Just because, you know, that banner, it was okay. The Todoroki was okay. He's not bad. This one right here, but you know, I would never really summon on that one because it was kind of meh, right? Dabi being a new villain, we haven't gotten many villains in the game so far. I mean, we have 2 Shigarakis, we have Overhaul, we have All for One, a few of the SRs, right? We have a couple SR Dabis, Togas, UR Togas especially, and stuff like that. I mean, we have a decent subset of villains, but definitely filling out the UR list of villains is also an important thing. And if you are running like AFO, Shigaraki, Dabi can probably be a pretty good addition to that team, especially. So again, should you summon on Dabi? I would say he's worth a couple multis. I would say go up to the 50 pity, 5 multis at max. Actually, no, 4 multis. I would say if you're free to play, light spender, whatever have you, if you have the gems to spare, I would summon at most 4 multis, get that 40 pity, and then use your free daily singles to get up to 50. Buy the shards. If you get them, you get them. If not, but Make sure you guys are saving your free daily singles for that banner if you just want to, you know, have a chance at getting Dabi or the Shigaraki or at least one of the memories. That's just my recommendation so far. I'll give you guys my best recommendation once we see the banner, once we summon, and maybe once I have had time with the characters if we happen to get lucky enough to pull them. So again, I'll let you guys know my thoughts and opinions more so once the summons do happen, right? So I'll let you guys know then. But that's my brief should you summon kind of thought right there. But again, that's just me. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Hopefully you guys subscribe, click that bell, turn on those notifications, drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day.